My parents handed over the house I bought to my sister, so I stopped paying and it got sold. I was 24 when I bought my first house. Saved for 3 years working 2 jobs, barely went out, ate ramen most nights. Finally had enough for a down payment on this small 2-bedroom place about 20 minutes from my parents. The mortgage was in my name only. I paid every single bill, every repair, everything. My parents were so proud when I closed on it. Posted pictures on Facebook, told everyone at church about their daughter, the homeowner. 6 months later, my sister Vanessa came back from college with her boyfriend Derek. She dropped out halfway through her junior year and had nowhere to live. My parents called asking if she could crash at my place for a few weeks while she figured things out. I said, sure, family helps family, right? Those few weeks turned into 3 months. Vanessa and Derek took over my entire living room, left dishes everywhere, never paid for groceries even though they were eating my food. I worked 50 hours a week and came home to a disaster every single day. When I asked them to chip in for utilities, Vanessa said she was basically homeless and I was being selfish. One Friday in June, I came home early from work with a migraine. Walked in to find my parents sitting at my kitchen table with Vanessa and Derek. They had paperwork spread out everywhere. Before I could even ask what was going on, my dad smiled and said they had great news. They'd talked to a lawyer, and since I wasn't married and didn't have kids, it made more sense for Vanessa to have the house. She was starting a family, and Derek had just gotten a job at his uncle's construction company. I stood there completely frozen. My mom explained that they'd already contacted my mortgage company about transferring everything to Vanessa's name. They just needed me to sign some papers. I asked if they were actually serious right now. This was my house that I bought with my own money. My dad got defensive and said family takes care of each other, and Vanessa needed it more than I did. I could just rent an apartment since I was single anyway. Vanessa sat there smirking like she'd already won. That's when I noticed she'd redecorated my living room. New curtains, new throw pillows, family photos of her and Derek on my walls. She literally started making my house hers before even asking me. I told them all to get out. My parents said I was being dramatic and selfish, that I'd regret choosing a house over my family. Vanessa called me a bitter witch who couldn't stand seeing her little sister happy. They actually expected me to just hand over a house I'd worked myself half to death to afford. I kicked them out that night, all of them. Changed my locks the next morning and blocked my parents' numbers. But here's where I got smart. I stopped paying the mortgage completely. Didn't pay a single dollar. My bank started calling after 30 days. I ignored them. They sent letters. I threw them away. My parents had no idea because they thought Vanessa was living there paying the bills. Vanessa had no idea because she thought my parents had somehow magically transferred everything to her name, which they legally couldn't do without my signature. 3 months went by. I moved in with my friend Andrea and started saving money like crazy since I wasn't paying a mortgage anymore. Meanwhile, Vanessa was apparently telling everyone the house was hers now. Posted Instagram pictures with captions like blessed and new beginnings. My parents were so proud of her for being a homeowner. Then the foreclosure notice came. The bank showed up at the house in September with an eviction notice. Vanessa called me screaming, asking what I'd done. Turns out the house was going to auction in 30 days because of missed payments. I told her exactly what I'd done. I stopped paying for a house that my family tried to steal from me. She started crying, saying she'd already painted the bedrooms and bought furniture. My parents called from her phone absolutely losing it, threatening to sue me, saying I'd ruined Vanessa's life on purpose. I reminded them that the house was never Vanessa's to begin with. They tried to steal my property and got exactly what they deserved. The house sold at auction 6 weeks later. Vanessa and Derek had to move into a cheap apartment across town. My parents stopped speaking to me entirely, but honestly that felt like a blessing. I took all the money I'd saved from not paying the mortgage and put it toward a condo in a different city. This time I didn't tell my family anything about it until after I'd already moved in. No housewarming party, no Facebook posts, nothing. Vanessa still posts sad quotes about betrayal and fake family members. My parents tell relatives I abandoned my sister when she needed me most, but I sleep great at night in my paid-off condo knowing they can never try that again.